Welcome to the next tutorial on video content creation. Now this video is basically on motivational video, and some YouTuber used to make this kind of video. So let me play it and you see it's a kind of motivational video.
Yesterday is gone, tomorrow has not yet come.
So it show black because of maybe the reason why because I'm recording also playing video. Alright, so this is the goal. We are going to slash this in this next task, and I'm going to show you all the process whereby I used to gather the footage. Number one, I get the footage from Canva. All the footage that you see here, I get it from Canva. All the footage by searching the keyword of the voiceover. Now this is how the YouTuber will give you the voiceover, and also to provide a footage for the video, to join the video together and get the put text on it and do the transcribe So this is how I did it. So the first thing I do when I get the voiceover is that I extract the voiceover. I change the voice to text. I use Microsoft 365. So you change the voiceover to text. When you change it to text, then you'll be able to follow the key word in each time frame. So it makes me to now come up with this. So and that's why I come up with this or this one. So we're going to start from the beginning to the end right now and how I did it. So it's just 4 minutes audio. So sometimes it might not be more than, sometimes some might be 2 minutes, 3 minutes like that. At least on this job you gain, you collect something that is worth it. Most of the time some YouTuber might hire you for a long time job on this. It might not basically be on challenge like this. It might be on motivation. If you have ever listened to motivational video on YouTube, this is how it is done. So this is how you do it. You just get all the footage on Canva, and I've shared my Canva Pro for free, so just get it there. So we're going to start now. This video, I say yesterday is gone, and tomorrow. Now in my design process that I taught us, the first aspect is that we should bring in the video. When I bring in the video, I crop everything. I bring everything. Now I now cut it. You can see the way I cut it. I cut it here, okay. Why did I cut it? For me to apply transition here. That's why I cut it. And sometimes the time of this footage, of this particular footage, might be too long. So for me to now adjust it, I need to apply transition to just make it very liquid. And the transition I apply, I work with 3 transitions on this particular project, just like I taught us in the introductions of this video. So that is it. Now yes, so that's it. So now I told you, now after I apply everything, I cut it. Now you cut it clip by clip, just like I told you. Cut it clip by clip. It's like you want to see the things you want to see. Then you need to work with emotion. You look at the video. How does this thing attract my emotion? If it's not attracting your own emotion, that means I can't attract others. So you have to work with an emotion that attracts your own emotion, so that in a way there's the benefit of video. You should be able to work with emotion so that it can attract the emotions of people to get this stuff. So now you need to start. I don't start my video without a very big sound. You can see this sound here. I started with a big sound that with this sound now, it attracts attention. It takes an attention of people like, whoa, what is happening here? So once it takes that attention, okay, then I can continue with it. Now looking at it now look at this these effects that I did. Look at it. Now I was able to move these effects. I get it from layer effects. Then his name is Blaz. You can see it here. So it work with, you can see it work with anything bright. You can see when it's bright here, but when you take it to this side is black, it's very deep, so it doesn't work with it. So it work with this. So you need to try the effect that work with it. I want you to understand this thing and be able to create a vital work out of this. You get it? So this okay. So now I'll start with this verse, then I animated it. Okay, in my introduction video, short introduction video, you will see some of my video that I've started to animate. So okay, so I animate by clicking on the keyframe. We call it keyframe here. It's also an animation because it's a keyframe here. So I was able to animate it here. You can see it here. So if you watch my product video, you get the way to animate all the stuff. So I've explained it. So the sound down here is the sound of the voice, so which like the project has begun to from the client. So you can see now I begin to write on it. I follow the voice as the way I play it now. Let me play a little bit out of it. So as the way I play it now, you can see tomorrow has not yet come. I type it. It's not that I just type it. You need to know how to type. Let me teach you the way I type. Okay, you can see now. Maybe I want to type gun. You can see the way I do my gun. Okay, so you can see the way I show it. So your phone is able to do it. Just use your one hand to hold your phone, then the second hand you use to scroll to it. So that is the way I type. So it makes me more faster. So once I get the time frame of the way when it ends, once I just type, and I taught you how to bring in first text. Once I just type it, I cut it, then I type the second one too. I type it like that. Then here, you know, the first thing I told you that is that before first cut all this thing. When you cut it, then you apply your text, everything. Before you now apply this transition. This transition, it work like animation. So it's the one that you apply last. Though when you now apply, like you might need to adjust some parts. Or let me just say, you can work with this transition because it's also like animation, but you can work with this transition in the second to the last. That means that before the test, you apply the transition before the test. Then you understand your time frame. Okay, like this time frame now is 7 seconds. So this slide, when this slide move, you can see the way this slide wants to move now as it was jogging. It means more it jump to this place so that it's transferred to this place. So that is it. Then I'm following. Once I do all the transition, let's first do all the transition and tell you how I did it. So this one too, we have this video. I want to join these two clips together because if this clip, if it's just moving without transition, it will not be very effective. So that's why I apply transition. You can see transition I apply to this place now. Okay, so that is why I apply this transition. You can see the transition here. So you can also get the transition here. Get as many as you can download to your transition store. Then the second video, which is this, also apply transition. So I base on what on the transition. This is an entire new transition. This is another transition. So you can see transition is based on again this another one. You should make it what or two. So I've applied two transition. So you can see under this transition, which the bulb, we have many transition under it. Okay, so I've taught you that. Okay, so now very good. Look at this place, that this place of this time. When the voiceover, I'm going to give us a challenge. So I might give you this voice to do the challenge of this video, get it on camera, then give it to me like this. You can see now at this place that the time is being rotating. I apply time sound there. You hear ka, ka, ka. Let me play it so that you can see. So that's part of creativity that we need in all those videos. Now let's hear it. So you hear the sound. Can you hear the way the sound of the clock is moving? Pam, pam, pam. And I apply this sound. I've already encrypted into this video from Canva. You can also search sound on Canva, then encrypt it into this photo, into this video. Okay, but if you don't have, you can also download it on Camesta. Now this is very important place I got to know. Now this place, the person is introducing the topic, the vital topic. Okay, now look at this place now. That is why we are treating this very important subject. Now it's introducing the subject, and once a podcast or any the voice is introducing a subject, you have to bring in a character that is very very eye-catching. You can see that I changed my text font here, and here, because I use the same text font for we are treating this very important. Then use different text, you can see the way it moves creatively. Now look at the way I animate this text. Now I didn't allow all these text to come in at once. Let me show you the in animation. This is my in animation. Look at the time frame here. The time frame of this, that is what is 1. I think it starts from 0. Let's say 0 here. Okay, let's say 0 here. Then now the second one which follow we have. Now the way I cut this text is that once I bring in one text, I just duplicate it, then I type it. So the second one, you can see the second one as it's on one animation. Okay, the third one now will be on second, be on the second key. You can see it's be on second with 0, 1, 2. It's be on the second one. So then the last is on the water, is on the 0, 1, 2, 3. Is on the third part. Okay, so that is it. And you see what I apply to is enter left. I apply to it. So I apply different animation. Now the animation of this one is enter left. So now let me see the animation of the second to the last is animation right. You can see it come in from the right. This one comes from the left. You can see this one coming from the left. This one comes from the right. It's make your work look neat. You can see it. So that is it. Then we move to the apply transition here. The same block of that transition to introduce the title of the topic, title time management. You can see the title, then font. Let me show you the title font, the name of the font here. Okay, the name of the font here now is under this place. Let me see. Yes, look at the name of the font here at the top, Ariston. So Ariston. So that's the name of the font. The name of the font of that time management, you can see how thick it is. This time management has thick. Then I use color. I also use color principle because we're going to deal with managing of something. More. That's what I use for the time management. So that's it. The next aspect is that now I apply the title of the work. Now when I want to apply what is called maybe like it's talking like I've applied the subject, then the next is that I want to apply this is not a new subject, you can see. So I change this video footage. You can see that it moved from right to the left. So how did I do that? I click on the video footage. I make sure that I've cut it here. Then I will go across to rotate, and this is our rotate. This rotates. This one is our rotate. So I flip it. So I flip it. We have rotate. We have mirror. So let me just say mirror. Another word for me. Flip is also mirror. So if you can see like this, you see that it changed to the normal position. Now when I click on it, it flipped to the left. You can see, and it's very very creative. I cut it here is one footage. If you look at it now, we have one footage here, but that one footage I cut it, I make it to be 2. Okay, so that if this one is at the right hand, this one will be at the left hand side. So it's very creative in that format. Then I now move on to this place. So move the same transition. Look at it, the same transition. Now different transition entirely. That's yellow light transition. That's make out water. It's make 3 transition. So it means that I've used 3 transition, but you can see the yellow. It's just a light like this. You can see it. And it's very, very good too. Then I apply the accurate footage. That's the benefit of Canva. You get accurate pay footage. Now another one is I apply this. Okay, there's something I want to show us probably here. Now sometimes your video might not come out very well. It might not come out very well. Now this one now, okay, good. This one now, it mentions a Bible verse there, and a video is at the video clip. This is a layer. This is a layer video or a layer picture. So and this this one is on a video clip. Now I need to apply this layer on this on this video so that this video will not be seen. Now if it will be seen, you can see that you can still see part of the video here at the down here. That's also creativity. We come to opacity. I give it 68 opacity so that what I want to picture out is the Bible, and since the Bible is showing here, I just load the opacity. You get? So that is it. So when I move on, yes, good. This place is very, very good. So you can see what I did here. Now this is what I'm talking about when you are animating too. You can use palm. At this place, I didn't use palm. Okay, the Canva himself has also helped me to use the palm here. So some footage we apply palm to it. They will video it in a palm way. Look at this footage now. It's palm. They apply to it. They zoom it to the top and take it down just like the way I teach us. So it's very, very creative too. Now let's move on. Now I apply the same force transition. So you shouldn't use more than 3 transition, which is under that each of the animation you might even have 5. So you just have to be constant with what you do. Now look at this video footage. You mention commission here, and I apply the very thing that it's commission. This is what will make your video to be very, very creative when you are applying the right footage, and you are not allowing the footage to be too long. You are applying the right footage to your video, and you are not allowing it to be too long. So you get it. Now the next one, now look at this pattern. I have different clip on the background there, but I put in a layer of a picture. Look at it, evangelism and follow up. Now look at the layer of a picture. So we are still going to deal with a video that is very, 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 very emotional. That is very, very scary. We are still going to do that. So, and that one will be from the scratch more than this, so that we get what we do now. So in this place, I want all my students to be very, very professional in a way that even if I'm busy, I can give a work to do for me, and you get your money. Whatever price you call it, I pay you. See, I negotiate with you what my client said, then we negotiate. So that's my focus on this course. So, and I want to build army on this course. Now the next one now is look at this. There person mentioned excellent in everyday life. Now good, this place is very, very good. I want to explain it. How we manage our time determine how excellent we will be in everyday life. Now since this excellent at the top here, he has represent the excellence that the voiceover pronounce out. So in a way, we don't need to write it down here. Sometimes you don't need to write it down here, you just leave it, since it's excellent in everyday life. And you can see the way the time rotates, like everyday life. Now I'm saying waking up. Now look at this page. Say question. The question is how I manage. Now this page, I even did a mistake. This test now, I shouldn't have used this test. Like this is a vital topic on its own. Like the question is, it should be here at the middle. Then I should now apply a font. So let me teach you. Apply a font. Now there is something very important. Now look at this text. It has a broken place like this. I broke it down. Now, and I'm able to close it to each other. How did I do that? Now let's move to how I did that here. You see, yes, text option. That's how I did it in text option. You can see I can change some aspect in it. You can see I bring it. Okay, you can also underline here. By clicking this option, it's underline automatically. I can even underline this text. Now the character here, you can see the character. It makes the word to be closer to each other. Okay, now when I go to line, you can see my line. I've already adjusted to 15 minus 15. Now the line normally will be at this place is 0 and it's very big. The line is very big, so I need to adjust it to minus. You get the scope. No, so in that case, so I want to modify this text so that we have it in a very good eyes catching at the central of the what is it called, at the center of the question mark, and we are going to apply pound to this question mark. Okay, so now here is it. Now I've adjusted the work. You can see the question is, how do I manage my time? You can see it's very close, very close. Even if we can still make it bigger like this, then I duplicate the text in two ways to make it in two way. Okay, and then now the what we are targeting is this aspect of how I manage my time. Okay, so that's why it should be more bigger. So you can say like this. Okay, good. So once you click on your this thing, you can hold it at any place here just to move it. Okay, so that is it. So we need to apply in animation to these two because it's at the central. So we are applying pop. So the pop, we put it on 2. That's 0, 1, 2. So put it on 2. Then the second, which is this, we are going to put it on 3. 0, 1, 2, 2. So it doesn't come out at 1. So we are going to apply the same pop. So if we look at it now, then let's apply pound here. Let's apply pound here. Just zoom it like this. That's pound. Then we leave this second one so that it completes it. So let's look at it here. You can see the way it's zoom, then it's zooming out. Yes, so you can see the way it's zooming out. You can see the right click I use, then followed by the text. So look at this, prioritize, emphasize. The video I used was accurate with it. Then the aspect of this time, you can see you also apply the time clock side here. That's how you make your work neat and neater. Okay, now I still want to show something. Now yes, this place now it talk about delete. You can see this clip as it come out. Canva is very good. You can get animation parts there, you can get normal footage here. You can see this is an animation part. So you see, so anybody saying outside, even if the person is a video editor, you don't know that all this some aspect of this video clip, even all the aspects, I get it on Canva. So you thought that maybe like that delete, I edit it. So it gives you inspiration. Now look at this clip, procrastination, very accurate. When you mention yes, I use yes clip. Okay, you know what I apply to this one? Just the same thing like I told you, like because of the clip of this place is longer, then I want this place to come in very fast to it. I think I have something to do here. So if you look at it here, you see, okay, assuming the video play in the story, you can see the way that guy wants to stand up. As he wants to stand up, I apply transition. So that is it. In transition, now look at the place that he has mentioned stress. I applied a stress animation and I got it from Canva. Imagine. So this are what make our work very great. You don't need to crack brain on how to combine videos together to make your different types of video, whether for adverts or this and that. Just get the footage, then work creatively on it. You see, now look at this one now. Since I think that this person don't lie to yourself, the color of lie is red. So now positive, because it's negative, positive is green. So now you can see. So that's how I apply it. Then I also apply the video of, imagine your time is so. I apply this video because I need it to be in layer, because this one is not accurate. The one at the time is not accurate again because of the time. I want to cut a video and it's not giving me the accurate cut of it. It happened in Canvas because maybe the footage is too short. So what to do is that you leave the footage, then you now bring the actual one which you want to use as layer on it. So that layer is the one that will be showing on it. I hope you get it. So that is it, the same animation. Then I apply thinking footage here. You can see thinking footage here. Then I apply focus footage here. Think through, don't hesitate. You can see now there's the do it now. If you look at this do it now, I apply overlay animation there, blink, show, slow. So it's blinking, bam, do it now. So that is it. So then the next one is see you at the top. Now see you at the top, I want to cut this clip, but it was not, I couldn't cut it. Look at where KineMaster show that I can only able to cut it because it's small. So I apply this guy to this clip to reach it up. See you at the top, and I apply animation to it. You need to apply, I think I didn't apply any in animation, but it's necessary sometimes to apply an animation like fade. You can fade most of the time if it's video, or slide in, slide out. Okay, you get it. So that's what I applied, and I was able to finish the video great in a way that the owner of the video love it a lot. He didn't even do any revision, he just loved the creativity. So sometimes work used to happen like that they just love the creativities and admire it, and sometimes they might ask you to do the revision. That doesn't mean revision is building you, it will build you to know more. Okay, so that is it. So we are going to the next project now, whereby we'll be having it in a scratch way, more deeper than this. So we are going deeper. So that is it. So thank you. This is your perfect.